And just a few short days ago, one of our tournament competitors, who is not in this race, RC Drone, set the new any percent world record for the Legend of Zelda. And I believe it, let me check this, but I believe it was a 27:48, which is insane.
It is absolutely insane. He also shares the world record in the race category here, the race world record with Yunus, who tied it when we did things back on Tuesday. As we get ready to race this, we got 4 people on the screen. Let's introduce them.
On your top left, we have Gary and Old Wolf, clockwise from there, Redbird Grad, Random Effect, and Tetrally. All 4 of which are longtime Zelda runners. They are all very good, and one of the coolest things about what you're going to see is a route variance, as Garian and Tetra are going to go 2 first. Redbird Grad and Random Effect will do the classic 3 first route.
Yeah, Tetra has been doing 3 first on PB attempts, but is opting to go with a more safer 2 first and in a race setting. And here's the thing is, when you're in a race, you want to try to complete runs. You definitely want to get to the finish line, and you want to get to the finish line as fast as you possibly can.
Yeah, and one of the coolest things about going 2 first is that it gives you more health for later. You have the option to pick up the white sword before you go to level 3, and if you're wondering why you would care so much about having the white sword in level 3, well, watch Redbird and Random, 2 of the best in the business, as they go top route here. Top route, what is, do you know what's so special about top route, Rick?
Well, it gives you the chance to get some bombs off the keys here, as well as maybe try to set yourself up for some rupees. Now, we're about to get to one of the points of why this is an any percent, and this is a big difference between this and the no up and A category, and we got that when we get to the raft. Why is that, JSR?
Well, technically, an up A isn't a real death, but it in effect is a death. It allows you to instantly game over, and you have the option to continue save or retry, and if you do that in a dungeon, it'll take you back to the first room of the dungeon. If you do that in the overworld, it'll take you all the way back to the vanilla start screen. Sorry, too much rando. Basically allows you to fake a death without having to go through the actual process of killing yourself.
So as you can see here, by doing so, they're now going to head on over to Manhandla. And one of the things you're going to notice about the Manhandla pattern is that he loves to camp out on the bottom right corner. As you see, Redbird Grad is going to have to fish around for some bombs. Random Effect had some leftover bombs. I really don't like Redbird Grad's bomb situation here.
He might be okay. You're going to see as Random Effect takes care of Manhandla. Manhandla spawns on the right if you up A from the raft. As Tetra and Garian both get through Choldongo. Can Redbird get through? No!
Yeah, He's going to try to feverishly try to take down this Manhandla. And yeah, he's getting tackled right there. Garian Old Wolf, Tetra, the Triforce is out of 2. And we see Random Effect now screen scrolling his way for level 4.
Tough bake for Redbird. I believe he's going to come back to finish off Manhandla later. So Random Effect still on a pretty good pace here, and he's one of the racers, a sub-30 any percent no up A runner, long-time tournament veteran. He was top 8 in last year's any percent no up A tournament. Random Effect's current PB in the tournament is a 30:47, which is a good time, but he can definitely do better. So he's going to be looking to improve that time today.
But you finally see Redbird Grad claiming some bombs, which you definitely need for level 4. So all 4 of these runners have raced in the qualifiers this week. You want to tell them what we've seen from Gary and Old Wolf and Ted?
Sure, certainly. So currently, Gary and Old Wolf has participated in 3 races with a PB in the tournament of a 37:18, with a 38:14 and a forfeit. Tetra has a PB of 35:55, which is really, really fast for 2 first. Followed by a 37:14, a 37:47, a 38:43, and 2 forfeits. In fact, she has participated in every race but 1. The only other person to have participated in as many races as her is Redbird Grad. Redbird, by the way, 30-24 is his PB, and unfortunately, I don't think he'll have a shot at beating that tonight.
Yeah, I think he wants to keep going because he knows he's on the restream here. But, the one race that you mentioned from Gary and Old Wolf that he ended up forfeiting, there was a race where he had already got to a point where he had no chance of making it to a PB level. So he ended up doing that. So how does this tournament work as far as the times are concerned?
So, give me 1 second. So this tournament, the way it works, it's a little bit different than traditional tournaments. Because we're running categories that aren't as popular as the main category, we were asking ourselves as we were setting the tournament up, how are we going to seed Swordless? How are we going to seed 3 separate categories in one tournament? Well, the answer was, let's do a season and see how people do in races, and that way PBs in the past have nothing to do with it. So we're doing 1 week of each different category. This week, this is the final race of this week, is any percent. Then next week, starting tomorrow, we're going to 100% no up A. And then the final week will be Swordless. And that's going to be pandemonium, folks. That's going to be insane because if you've never seen a Swordless race, well, you're not alone. It's not a very popular category to race, and for good reason.
Yeah, I think we're seeing some of that when we have the randomizer tournament. And by the way, that's coming up after we're done here. As Redbird Grad, he's going to have to be careful. Down to a half a heart here. Gliok can't really have another death, but he does finish off that Gliok. I do like this route divergence between Gary and Old Wolf and Tetra on the 2 first, but Tetra taking a death, the man handle.
Another victim of no bombs. Unfortunately, she ran out of bombs. Tried her best to finish him off, and unable to do so. And by the way, for Tetra, you notice she has the white sword. And the game actually intends for you to have that against Manhandla. So once she gets some bombs, she's going to try this again. She's not nearly at the disadvantage that Redbird was.
And you also notice that Gary and Old Wolf will also have the white sword. That's what the old man at the top of level 3 that you never see in any of these runs here, unless you're doing some extreme category. But he tells you, did you get the sword from the man on top of the waterfall?
I thought
Tetra can get a better bomb.
I thought he was just saying, no, stop stabbing me. Oh, wait, never mind. That was Fred.
So there we go. Tetra getting the Triforce out of level 3 as Gary and Old Wolf will make his way down to level 3. Redbird Grad inside of level 1. Going for his second Triforce piece. And we do see Random Effect finishing off with the Aquamentus. He is done with level 1.
Yeah, Random's on a really nice pace here. A 739 leaving level 1 is pretty good. He's flying. The only issue I see is his rupees. He needs 6 rupees in the next 45 seconds or so, or he's gonna lose some time here.
And that depends on where he is on his consecutive count. And that's something else that we've got to bring up is the fact that even though this is a different category than any percent no up and A, these runners still do get concerned with their global counts, their consecutive counts, and things like that. As Random Effect will grab the heart container, and what he does coming up in just a moment will determine how he's going to route this. I think he might end up going double. Yeah, he's going double hundo.
Yeah, I mean, in a race, if you were going for a PB, if you were going for a world record, and Random is certainly in that tier that could consider both of those. I mean, yeah, you risk it for the Fisk bit, but if you're in a race, you don't want to lose a minute over a rupee. Just go take your hundreds and you'll lose your 20 seconds, but at least you're done with rupees and you can just focus on the race. I mean, he's still looking, man, Rick, he's going to be at the candle at about 9:15 or so, and it's double hundo. That's ridiculous. Okay, well, he got that hard, so he made me a little bit of a liar, but... Oh, be careful, Garion, be careful!
Oh, tackled.
Manhandla is taking no prisoners tonight.
Yeah, he has ended up taking out 3 of our runners so far. Redbird, Grand, Tetra, and Garion have gotten the troll handle a bug today, if you will. A random effect here inside level 5. And this is the part of the run here. This is the last main separator of the run between this and any percent no up and.
Yeah, so first off, you're going to see random going into the room commonly known as the room of requirement, or popular the last few years, the Olive Garden, because we're only here for the breadstick. And in this room, you're going to see 6 blue dark nuts, 8 HP. He's going to use his bombs to clear him out. Good start. Forces a bomb. Each of these bombs, if you drop them in any direction other than facing towards their shield, basically does Master Sword damage. And that was a Master Damage Clinic by random effect. He's going to up A here at the recorder, and he's going to save about 25 seconds from walking back.
Yeah. The one thing you want to make sure is that you do have bombs coming out of here, because you will not go visit that Gibdo that has the bombs at this point. So you got to clear out this room. Gets a heart, which will help out. Scary Old Wolf has finished off with level 3. Has no bombs. Got lucky with the Moblins dropping outside of the level.
Yeah, and that's one of the... oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
I was going to say, one of the other parts of the Tetra Lee route divergence is the fact that she goes and gets the Coast Heart.
Oh, interesting. Yeah, you're right. And she's going to pick up this 30 secret here as well, which is something that's been a little more popular lately. Some folks have been getting the 30 secret near start on the way to 1 rather than getting the 30 secret that you traditionally see in No Up A. And it's one of the greatest things about seeing a category like this. Like I was mentioning earlier with RC Drone's recent world record, runners who don't typically run categories outside of their main comfort zone, and I'm very much one of them, when you have a tournament that allows you to practice other things, you start to discover other things. Sometimes it's a glitch, other times it's a route or a strategy, and I think that's one of the coolest things about finally having a tournament that focuses on 3 new categories is you're going to see things that you've never seen before as far as routes and stuff like that.
I do want to point out that RC Drone has been working with the 100% now, and he's starting to kill that category apart as well. So watch out. Drone will be an interesting player to watch out as Redbird Brad trying to get some bombs, and, well, I guess that's going to be it.
I mean, it was a rough run, unfortunately. He had a little bad luck in 3. The up A in level 5 is extremely dangerous. It's one of the biggest time saves in this category, but it's also extremely dangerous because you're only having 3 hearts and you're trying to get through a bunch of rooms that isn't forced combat, but you have to get through them, and all the enemies there do 2 hearts of damage. You only have 3 to deal with. So unfortunately, Redbird got caught by a Gibdo hug, and he's going to sit the rest of this one out.
And so, therefore, he's going to head into next week. What was his fastest time in this category?
Let me check. His PB this week was 30 minutes and 24 seconds, currently good enough for 4th place. So unless Random Effect continues this pace he's on, and he's on a pretty darn good one, Redbird will finish in 4th, and it looks like with our runners all taking manhandle the deaths, unless somebody off stream is doing something great, that Redbird has himself a good shot at top 5. And that is something I wanted to mention too for all you watching. We do have 4 featured runners, but there are also other runners in this race, not on the restream.
Yeah, we have Brasticle, who was running on Tuesday night as well. Unos, who is not participating in the tournament, but is also in this race. Enamel and John Taven, who you saw. back on Tuesday. Mr. Dunlow's in here as well, and all these people trying to get to the finish line as fast as possible.
Yeah, and unfortunately for Redbird, with his death, there was no way he was going to come anywhere near his PB. And there's something about The Legend of Zelda, Rick. I wonder if you know about this. I'm sure you do. There's something about this game, man. When it goes your way, it is sweet. But when it goes against you, oh, man.
Random effect, you talked about him tearing it up here. He's having some notorious luck here. No bombs at all.
Welcome to level 2. For those of you who don't know about level 2, he gets a Troldongo to boot! Oh no, he's in trouble. Rick, why is he in trouble?
Because he only has 6 bombs, JSR, and you kind of want to have more than 6 bombs as you're making your way over to level 7.
Yeah, we have a rule of thumb for level 7, and that is 7 for 7. You want 7 bombs, minimum. You can make it happen if you get a little lucky. Nice bomb by Tetra there. But the problem is there's no real easy spots to get bombs, and there's no forced combat rooms other than one single one. So he's going to have to work some magic here or get a little lucky. He does, however, have 40 extra rupees because he ran double hundo, and Rick, I wouldn't be surprised if he decides to buy bombs here.
He's got the rupees to do so.
He's still on a pretty darned good pace here. Easily on high 29 pace, and that would definitely move him up in the standings. Let's see what he decides to do. Is he going to risk it for the Fisk bit?
By the way, we're going to put in BTs just because we have the power to do so. I know he's got the chance to be featured, but he's going to be the first one of these runners to head into level 7.
Welcome to the Restream BTs with a much better bomb situation than Random did going in. And, of course, BTs is also another runner who is sub 29. He's one of the top tier runners, long-time runner. You want to guess what his PB is, Rick, in the tournament so far?
Unfortunately, if my best guess was going to come to mind, it would be something that would definitely put him in last place for the tournament, but, well, that was because it includes the number 6 and 9, but I'm going to guess that it has something different in mind.
Let's just say his time is in the 32s, and for him, he's definitely not going to be happy with that. He's going to want to improve that. Well, he's definitely on pace to do so, and let's see if he's able to hold on and maybe bop a few people himself.
Yeah, when we had him on Tuesday, he had an unfortunate manhandler, which was no different than what we saw from many of these other runners today, but it's just the same thing, and that really put him behind. Although he had a really good comeback run for a while.
Yeah, he's one of the...
But yeah, getting back to BTs though, he's capable of a lot more than what his current times in this tournament are at this point.
Yeah, he's one of the top, I believe, 6 runners. Longtime veteran of the tournaments. Last year finished, I believe, in the top 4 in the Any Percent No Up A tournament. He's been in 2 GDQs. I want to mention there's only one other person who's ever raced in 2 GDQs. So he's definitely got the pedigree, as we see Gary and Old Wolf getting his return trip from the Room of Requirement, which is interesting because he's taking the return trip.
He's got the bombs.
That's true, and his health was also pretty good. That's what I was about to allude to. If you up A, you only have 3 hearts. He has 5.5, so the safety margin for Garion is much higher than it would be for, say, Redbird, who paid the price.
Yeah, and plus also the fact that Garion right now with 8 bombs has the 7 he needs for 7 as Tetra Lee gets ready to head into level 7. And that's the thing I was trying to get back to earlier with Tetra Lee, was that she's been really known for trying to come up with on-the-fly routes and trying to figure out what ones are better in a race setting and which ones aren't.
Yeah, she's very creative and very resourceful. We've seen that with her randomizer runs as well. She's quick to pick things up, and she's definitely really shown that she has the ability to improve very, very quickly. And she's her times are becoming very impressive, and I would not sleep on her during this tournament. She's already making noise, and nice fight by
Garion got through it, though. Garion got through it. That was nerve-wracking, though. And that's probably the other part of the reason why he didn't do an up and A, because if he took an up and A and had himself down to 3 hearts, he was not getting through that Dig Dogger, because he took 2 Dig Dogger bops, and they do 2 hearts damage.
Meanwhile, both BTs and Random into level 6. Random is flying, so is BTs, and Random is catching up to him. Like, not very many people can catch up to BTs, and Random has been slowly catching up to him.
Yeah, and what we're going to see here from Random Effect is the power of having beam swords for Magical Breakfast 1. And if we can see him have a magically delicious room here, look at that. Nice dodging right there. Oh, try to do the slink back to get both of the red whiz ropes, but that is a beautiful room for Random Effect.
And now BT's heading into the Magical Breakfast Room 2, misses the double hit, doesn't have the beams to work with that Random does. Using his iframes from the whiz robe to get through the bubble. I don't know if he did that on purpose, but that was gorgeous.
Random Effect got FU beamed. And then got the 2 hearts back. Either that or he hugged a red whiz rope. Either way, that was what could have been a scary room for Random Effect, but look at him. Already done. BT's heading to Goma. We see Gary and Old Wolf heading into level 7.
Oh no! Did you see what just happened to Tetra?
No.
She had 1 bomb left. She tried to smoke the Dodongo, and the Dodongo said, "Me hungry."
I'm Tetra Lee. I pull out the arrows at this point. You got 10 of them, and use the range attack versus these guys as opposed to being right close. Yes. You don't want to be down to 1 heart with those things shooting at you.
I'm nervous for her. She's got to get through. The next couple rooms aren't going to be the scary ones, but after this staircase with the Reversi and the Wallmasters, she'll be in a room with a lot of gorillas and a lot of problems, and she's going to have to be extremely careful. She stabs at him out of frustration.
This room's going to be an issue for her, too, only because of the fact... Well, no, it looks like the bubbles are playing nice, actually. But I was going to say that she's going to have to be careful this room, because what this does is having to backtrack to get those bombs was going to change the spawn set that she was going to have in that room, but she takes care of it pretty easily. Now this room that you're concerned about, where bananas love to touch your back, no matter how you go about it. And she gets popped by... Oh, wow! I thought that's where she wasn't going to get in the hole.
Wow! And she's going to use arrows. I don't blame her. This is a safe strategy. And she's going to make it through. What a clutch level 7 finish for her. And she's out and on her way to level 6.
Meanwhile, we really haven't been talking about the Blue Lagoons here for both Random Effect and Breasticle. Breasticle still has a lead on Random Effect, though.
Yeah, and he had some great Blue Lagoons. If you notice, his health is near full. Yeah, that's usually a telling tale, and I imagine if we went back and timed that level 8, that BTs would be pretty happy with it, as he's headed to level 9 at 2353. If he is able to have a sub 5 level 9, he has a shot, a slim shot, at possibly joining Unos and RC Drone and those sub 29 any % race times.
And Random Effect finishing off the Triforce, going to be going to head grab that at 24-19 as Tetra. I think she's going to be setting up for the root quarter coming up.
This is one of those newer, not so much discoveries. Root quarter's been around for a little over a year now, but utilizing it in ways that the old routes didn't. Let's see where she's going to go with it if she decides to do it.
Going to the graveyard because she just finished 7.
Yeah, this is a popular option on the current route known as the Kanana route. Figured out by Rue Slugs and Kanana Phone, and it's really become a popular route because it's given runners more options. And look at this, Gary and Old Wolf and Tetra practically in sync at the Master Sword.
Yeah, the text is almost the same. This is marvelous at this point. And we'll go ahead and see how these two do when they head into level 6 together. It looks like Tetra, by a nose, will be heading to level 6 first. Oh, come on. The Lionel skip to Gary. How do you... We get the next room coming up here for BTs.
3 blue Wizrobes, 2 red Wizrobes, and nowhere to hide. He's going with the top strats here. And does very nicely done.
Yeah, that was a very nice link back there for BTs to get the 2 blue Wizrobes. Beautiful job. And Tetra Beam Sword's going into MB1. But the bubbles bother her, and she's going to get bopped by a blue Wizrobe for -2.
Random got the FU beam as well, but he was ready for it. It didn't get him. He was able to dodge it as he heads into the next room, and BT's headed to the Reverse C. The Reverse C is one of the most fun runs, or fun rooms in this whole run. Why is that, Rick?
I don't know if you were... Oh! Random Effect got orange beamed! We'll worry about the Reverse C coming up in just a moment. Oh boy, and BT's getting bothered by the bubbles. Bubbles,
That's
please.
exactly why this room is annoying. Those bubbles will bop you. They don't do any damage directly, but those Wizrobes certainly do, as Random Effect just found out. And BT got a little bit trolled by the bubbles, but he's able to get in. He'll have the silvers at 27.
2.5 hearts heading to Reverse C.
Gary and Tetra in the same staircase going through as we have a high 5 from BTs and Random. Let's see how Random does.
Uh-oh. I don't like this. Oh, he's dead!
That was an ugly pattern, Rick.
And Random Effect at this point will just say, I am done. Thanks for playing.
Unfortunately, that does mean he won't be able to improve his time. He was definitely on pace there to bop at least a couple people and move up, but unfortunately, Zelda 1 doing Zelda 1 things, and he's going to have to finish this week. His PB to finish the week will be a 30:47, respectable time for sure. And,
another nice double slink back there for BTs, getting both blue Wizrobes on a single sword. That is a really tough skill to have, to learn, but if you can master it, you could do a lot of damage in this game.
Yeah, there's lots of little interesting combat mechanics that you don't really think about when you play the game casually, and it's just interesting. Oop, he's going for the fast Patra!
Nice fairy!
And it's a sweet, merciful fairy!
Here we go! Come on, BTs, you can do this! He's got the recorder out. He's meaning business here.
He won't get the sub 29, but he's going to get bacon, folks.
He's got it. We got bacon. Garen having a hard time with Blue Lagoon 1. BTs is your race winner, 29-12.
Yeah, get your GGs out in chat. What an amazing run for BT. That is a PB in the tournament. Not just that, but that is good enough for third place. And I say third place, Rick, guess who has second? And guess what his time is? BT just missed it. Go take a guess on it.
Well, I know RC Joan has number 1. So, oh, Garion takes a death, MBT.
Well, I'll go ahead and spoil it. Second place, and remember, we go by IRC times. We do not go by what you see on the screen for his splits. Second place with a 29.11. Can't out second place me.
Oh, the Cantaloupe. Yes, so 29.11 for him, getting second place now. And BT's improving his stature up to third after all that.
So now, with that being said, and we have already gotten to the point now where Yunos, not part of the tournament, finished in second place, by the way, with a time of 29.23, right behind BT. Your amended leaderboards going to read like this. RC Drone in first place with a 28.44. Cantaloupe Me with a 29.11. BT's with a 29.12. JSR, that guy, 30.02. Redbird Grad a 30.24. Roost Slugs a 30.38. 4i Steven a 30.44. Random Effect a 30.47. J Coper 30.59. And Captain Green, your top 10, 31.44.
So it looks like Tetra's getting ready to head on over towards level 9 at this point, and Garion took a lot of hits here. Oh no!
A double KO! Oh man, that is brutal. And he's gonna throw the towel in, Rick. I don't blame him. By the way, Random Effect technically did forfeit this race, but his run is still very much valid if he decides to finish. Let's see what he does. He's past the silvers. Let's see how he finishes up.
So looks like Random Effect here, just trying to at least finish things off at this point.
Oh, that was nice. Going with the bottom strats there. He did take a hit, but that was slick. Down to 3 hearts as he heads through the trap room. And I have a grudge against the trap room, but that's another subject for another time.
So nonetheless, this is the end of week number 1 of this. As you mentioned earlier, as Random Effect down to 2 hearts at this point, gonna have to be careful. There's some more fun coming up next week.
Absolutely. We've got a full race schedule in store. And if you are interested in it, make sure you follow the runners that we featured tonight. Make sure you follow the other runners in the tournament. You can go to zelda.challenge.com/2019 LOZ, where we have standings, and we'll eventually have the brackets up as well. And you'll be able to see who's in the tournament at that page. Starting tomorrow at 9 p.m. Eastern, week 2 will begin. 100% no up A, which is also known as Deathless, and it should be an exciting week. It's my favorite category of The Legend of Zelda, and we have a finish.
Yeah, Random Effect ended up finishing things off after taking the bop there by Ganon. It looks like Tetra ended up getting bopped there by Patra, heading in and getting ready to head on over towards the Silver Arrows. So next week, 100% clock for Tetrally. That's going to help out with this room right here. Finish things off at a rather safe strats here. So What's the difference with 100%?
So, first thing first, you're not going to have the up A mechanic. Technically, for this tournament, if you die, it's not going to be DQ or anything, but we do have a death rule in effect. If you die or soft lock, you have to return to that rule. If you followed last year's tournament, you'll be familiar with that rule. Ooh, Tetra takes a red beam. She's got to be careful. She missed the reverse clip. Gets out of there. The other thing is that the rules state you have to get all of the non-replenishable items, which refers to the bomb upgrades, all 16 heart containers, and all of them, the highest tier upgrades, which means red ring, magical sword, red candle, etc. Magical shield is considered replenishable, so it's not required, and the potion is considered replenishable, but the letter is not, so you need at least the letter. And then from there, it's pretty straightforward. You don't need to rebuy the bait. It's a really fun category. I feel like it completely changes the dynamic of the late game, how you manage your resources. To me, it's my favorite category to run of the Legend of Zelda.
In addition to that, you don't have to grab the minor items that are upgradable. Like, you know, if you get the blue, if you want to purchase the blue ring, and you're not going to really have a whole lot of rupees to purchase the blue ring in that category, you don't have to worry about picking it up. You just get the red ring, and that counts for your ring purchase. You don't have to get the blue candle. You can just pick up the red candle in 7 and things like that.
So yeah, if TG's watching, I'm sorry, dude, but you probably won't see very many of Lord Banana's. Ooh, Tetra, be careful! Oof!
She's going to have a potion still in her pocket, and she's going to make sure that she remains with it in her arsenal. What is her top time in this tournament so far?
I want to double check it. I believe it was a 35:55. Let me double check that.
Okay, if that's the case, then she can't top that here, but she wants to get this finished to the finish line. And because once we get out of this mode here where you're racing for standings, once we get to the later part of this tournament, you do want to be able to finish off a...
Yeah, it's definitely not just that, but it feels good. I mean, yeah, we all want a PB, we all want to win races, but we're also just, you know, we're speedrunners. We want to beat the game, we want to beat it fast. And Tetra has certainly done that as she takes the pig down, and we have bacon.
So get your GGs in the chat for Tetra Lee, finishing off. Official SRL time for her is 37 minutes and 13 seconds.
Yeah, so she will not improve her time for the tournament, but still a strong showing tonight. Definitely showing the fortitude to recover from Manhandla death, and definitely a strong showing by her in tonight's race. As we do have another forfeit in the standings, it looks like your top 4 in today's race are BT with a very nice 29-12, Unos with a 29-23, Random Effect a 34-20, and Tetra a 37-13, with a few runners still going.
Wait a second. So the official time that got posted by RaceBot says 29-12, but as I did the results for myself, it comes up 29-11. What kind of shenanigans is this? Are we trying to tie him with Candle?
Oh, we do! We have a tie! All right, so I guess the way we've been entering the times is we've been going off of the actual results that are posted on Speedruns Live.
Yeah, when it gets recorded.
I have no idea. I'm guessing this is going to be what's recorded, and if that's the case, then BT is tied with Cantaloupe Me.
Oh, baby. Next week should be fun.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see if RaceBot plays nice recording the results to SRL. We'll have to see how that works. Ties go to the player who won the most races during the week. So BT has a win. I don't know if Cantaloupe has any. We don't actually keep track of that. We have to go back and look at the results. So,
oh, fine. I'll look it up now.
Let's see.
We got a few minutes here.
It looks like Cantaloupe won one race, and BT won one race. All right, we're flipping a coin. I have no idea.
We officially have a admin decision to flip a coin.
No, I'm sure we'll figure something out. We got to figure out what we're gonna do to break the tie, if there is indeed a tie. So, congrats to BT moving up to at least third place, if not tied for second. And a good showing week one as week one comes to a close. Make sure you guys definitely stay tuned. Follow the Speed Gaming network of channels. There's going to be a lot more Zelda 1 coming your way in the next few weeks.
By the way, JSR, I don't see him winning a race.
Cantaloupe?
I don't see Cantaloupe winning a race.
Oh, you know what? You're right. You're absolutely right.
His 2911 was when Jordan got 2850.
You're absolutely right. So if indeed we have a tie, then BT's would take second place because he has the race win. So we'll have to wait and see how exactly RaceBot does this. It's really going to be up to RaceBot who takes second or third. So
yeah, so I guess we'll have to make me earn my paycheck today, I guess. I don't know. Well, you're definitely going to put me to work, aren't you?
I appreciate the hard work, Rick, and I appreciate you having me on board to call this exciting race with you. And again, make sure you follow all of the Speed Gaming Network, as well as my co-commentator, Rick, for doing a great job in the racers that we featured today. It was a lot of fun to watch, Rick.
It definitely was. All right, let's go ahead and take a break from this. This is the Zelda multi-category tournament. We've got more stuff coming up next week. We'll have a few of these races on the Speed Gaming Network, so we obviously can't say which ones as of now, but when are the races going to be, JSR?
All right, starting on tomorrow night at 9 p.m. Eastern is race number 1 of the 100% No Up A, followed by 11:30 p.m. all times Eastern, by the way, Monday night. Tuesday's race will be at 7 p.m., Wednesday at 11 p.m. Thursday, we have 2 races, one at 3 p.m., one at 11:30 p.m., Friday at 6 p.m., Saturday at noon, and Saturday as well, 10 p.m. Eastern. And there is one last chance for anybody who did not post any percent time that they're happy with. There will be a last chance qualifier on the 3rd Saturday. So 2 weeks from today, there will be a last chance any percent and a last chance 100% race. So don't miss it. It'll be exciting. Everybody who completes all 3 weeks is guaranteed a spot in brackets. So it should be exciting to see what happens.
Things are about to get exciting here for Zelda 1. Should be a lot of fun.
Absolutely. Definitely, everybody. Thank you very much for watching tonight. I hope you enjoyed it. Rick, you're more than welcome to take us on out of here, sir.
Well, I want to say special thanks to JSR for joining me. Also, thanks to our runners that were sitting in here and joining in for the race here. Be sure to give them all a follow as we now move ourselves closer. But stay tuned here on Speed Gaming 2. We have Zelda 1 randomizer. You want to see all the fun we can do with a sword? Well, how about we take away that sword and send him into a mixed up world? We got the all boards, no swords tournament. Chest Jerk, Crystal Saber, Game 2 of a best of 3. Chest Jerk needs to win this to stay alive. That's coming up next year on Speed Gaming 2. I'm Adirondack Rick. JSR, send us on out of here.
Oh, man, I'm sticking around for that match. Definitely stick around for it, you guys. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great rest of your evenings, and we'll see you guys next time. Take care, everybody.